Okay, I'm in Lake Wells, Florida, and I just arrived on this scene at this shed. Looks like it's just going to be a matter of prying this wall open a little bit. And where are they going in? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see right now until I actually pry the thing open. So anyway, alright, let me pry this thing open a little bit more and expose this grand conspiracy. Alright, so I exposed the colony, and see, I could have done a removal from the inside of the shed, but there's too much stuff to move. So it's actually easier to just peel this whole wall back like a, giant refrigerator door and then expose the colony right here. So I don't know how far it goes back yet. Look, it's just, they're just right there. So yeah, I didn't feel like doing a big moving job out of the front of this shed just to get back here. So I'm gonna get my bee vacuum, my knife, and it looks like relatively new comb also. Cool. Alright, so at this point I've cut out all the comb and I've smoked them out and sprayed Honeybee gone. And there's a few stragglers left in there, of course, because it's such a tight space. I can't crawl in there and micromanage every square inch. So anyway, you can see how, well, first of all, 5 frames of comb are in that nuke hive right now, but and I've vacuumed a lot of them up. So right now, I'm looking for the queen gathered out here before I try to start cleaning up this outside. Because if I can put the queen in a queen clip, that'll make things easier for me getting this thing under control this evening at nightfall. So, that's where it stands right now. I'm going to look for the queen a little bit more. And then, I may put some lemongrass on and in my hive a little bit to attract them to there if somehow the queen gets lost in this shuffle. But, alright. But if I didn't have Honeybee gone in a situation like this, it's a natural almond oil based repellent. Of course, it's not a poison. But if I didn't have that tool right now, to spray in there and keep them from running back and landing back in there, because that's their original home. So of course they're going to be attracted to that area. But now they don't want to go in there. And that's what you have to have in these removals. You have to have that tool at your disposal, but you don't use it until pretty much the very end because it creates chaos, and you don't want to spray it in the colony until you have pretty much all the comb cut out and or have found the queen, best scenario. But sometimes you can't find the queen when you want to. But you still have to break out the Honeybee gone to get everything kind of moving, so to speak. But always try to use smoke first because it's cheaper and it's less volatile, so to speak, because you don't want Honeybee gone being sprayed directly on bees either. Alright, I don't see the queen yet, but I'll put the camera down and quit blabbing and get to work. Alright, I got the queen. She was actually in the vacuum cleaner, and right when I opened the lid and dumped them in the top of the hive, I saw her walking around. So I just grabbed the clip and put her in there. I don't want to risk her absconding, so I put her in the clip, and instead of just let her, you know, I could have just said, okay, you're going to just walk inside the hive and stay put, but you can't necessarily count on that happening. So, got the queen. It's pretty much a slam dunk, and I just have to get them organized before nightfall. Pretty much clear in here as far as bees, except for just a few stragglers. But I'm going to put this comb in here with the queen, close the lid up, and let them orient to the hive. Alright, so a little bit of an update before nightfall. I have the board back up there ready to screw back in, but I'm not going to do it just yet because I want to make sure all the bees are away from inside of there, you know, using Honeybee gone and whatnot. There's just no rush right now. But as you can see, they're gathered mostly all over my hive, and I may have to coax them in a little bit later this evening with smoke. But for the most part, everything's fully under control. And we have plenty of 70 and 80 degree weather here the next several weeks in Florida. So that's why I chanced it and did a removal. You know, this is actually New Year's Eve. So, alright, sorry about all the noise. Getting it more and more under control as nightfall gets closer. I've slowly been smoking, you know, there was a big pile of them on the front hanging off the lip of it. And by the way, there's a few of them still flying around their original entrance, but they're not landing because it's kind of soaked with Honeybee gone. So they really have no choice but to come here where they smell the queen and all their sisters and brood and all that kind of stuff. So as it gets closer to nightfall, it'll be even less chaotic. And I'll just dial the wheel closed and take them home. A New Year's Eve removal in Florida. Getting closer and closer to that time. No bees are in there.